today, and Texas prepares for a winter storm. Virginia's also feeling the effects of severe weather. People in Richmond are currently under a boil water advisory after Monday's snowfall caused a widespread water outage. The city is home to about 230,000 people, most of whom saw little to no water pressure this week.
Pause. She said boiled water. Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. Now, today's episode, right before I get into everything, today's episode is about Virginia. Well, we call it Virginia, and it's Richmond, Virginia. Guess what's happening in Richmond, Virginia? They have no agua, no water, no clean water. The water treatment center has been compromised. But before I dive deep into this, all I ask for the audience to do is smash that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend, which means share this video, hit that bell notification. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Before we deep dive into this, before I go as well, also hit the AirTags EMF protector. That's electromagnetic frequency protector. It allows you to protect your loved ones if you really love them, if you really care about them. That's how you support the channel as well. I appreciate everyone for emailing me this. Hold on, let me put my banner on real quick. Thank you. Let's head on with the show.
But officials say pressure is now fully restored. And for more on this, I want to bring in Gregory Schneider. He's a staff writer for the Washington Post. He's been covering this story closely. So, Greg, how have people been holding up this week?
After watching the images from California, I hate to complain too much about this, but it has been a tough week in Richmond. Water was lost completely from about Monday afternoon until this morning sometime. So there were distribution centers around the city where people could pick up water. They just made do. They took, there was still snow on the ground.
Hold on. So today is now Friday, right? The 10th. So they didn't have water ever since Monday, the snowstorm. And y'all got to remember, guess what's coming up again? Another snowstorm. People. Virginia, you need to really fix that problem. I'm sure it's a governor that told y'all about this way back, and y'all just decided to actually pay this attention. Like, come on now. We're giving the responsibility of over our lives to these governors and these mayors. And what are they doing? Just taking your dollars. Can we talk about it?
So there are a lot of reports of people digging up snow and using that to fill up toilets so that they could flush.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see there they had the legislature was due to convene Wednesday at noon for the 2025 session, and they had a line of porta-johns outside the state capitol, and they had to postpone the session until Monday because all the state office buildings were closed. So it's been tough, but as you said, the pressure is back today, and we're still under a boil advisory until probably Saturday.
So, Greg, what has the federal and local response been like?
The governor brought in the National Guard with some truckloads of water and I think 600,000 units of bottled water. And then there's been a lot of help from the Red Cross and local churches and retailers. Walmart has brought in 12 trucks yesterday, and 5 more trucks are on the way.
Big ups
today.
to Walmart.
So it's been a good community outpouring. You know, that is one of those things you see in a crisis like this. With all the polarized times we're in, people have pulled together. And so far, fortunately, there's been no report of serious problems at hospitals or anywhere like that.
That is good to hear. And the water pressure has returned. It seems like officials were working around the clock to make that happen. As you mentioned, it's still not safe to drink the water, and there is that boil order. When is everything expected to be fully operational and back to normal?
Well, the mayor said today around noon that they hope by Saturday morning. But of course, there's more winter weather on the way.
Right.
And so that's what they're doing now. They've got extra.
I just said it's more winter weather on the way. So did they patch the problem or did they actually fix the problem? Leave your thoughts down below. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe they actually solved for the problem and they fixed the problem. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe this is BS. Virginia, Y'all not doing nothing for y'all people, because why y'all allow 5 days? And this is a threat that's been going on for a while. The same thing for California. The exact same thing for California. They've been going under these threats for a while. Now, I hope they not burning down the whole town for Diddy. No Diddy. Like, I hope they're not burning down the whole town, because all the celebrities supposed to go down. People will go to extreme measures. All I'm telling you, they will. But let's I like going on to TikTok to get the real story, because I can't believe these new channels like ABCs and CNNs and I just can't believe them. So let's flip over to the new channels, right? Let me stop sharing the screen. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see the screen coming on up. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see the screen coming on up. Let's share the screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Can y'all see that? Let's grow. Let's go. Let's grow. This is called the scrolling segment of the show. We're going to scroll and get the real news online. It's called TikTok. And no, they're not banning TikTok, people. Trump is talking to this man as we speak, negotiating. As long as they follow the terms, they ain't banning no TikTok. People make too much money on TikTok shops. Let's go.
Came up and ripped the top of it. They're going to start killing each other over water in this city.
Hi,
Go back. Hold on.
Some man came up and ripped the top of it. They're going to start killing each other over water in this city.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. And I just turned 80 years old. This is really unacceptable.
I think we need to be more prepared as a city.
Never have I lived anywhere where, no matter what the level of sophistication of the country was, where you couldn't turn on a faucet and get some water or flush a toilet.
It's a little inconvenience, but I was prepared for it. I always keep plenty of bottled water on me.
Well, at least you was prepared, mister, because the lack of preparation creates poor performance. So at least you were prepared, sir. Now, most of the people of your status and your age, and I have big respect for the elders, they're not prepared for stuff like this. Come on now. They're not really prepared, but, you know, there's a few that might be.
Enough taxes to be prepared for those things. So I think we just need to be more prepared. So hopefully this new administration will do something about it now that they're challenged.
You have to let.
Pause. Y'all know hope is a powerful drug. It's called hopium. It is a very powerful drug. People hope for this and never get it. So I'm not hoping and wishing for these people to have your best interest. These Virginia governors and mayors, they don't have your best interest, because if they did, they would have built the well like they proposed, and they didn't even start building the well yet. Why? If you know you have a problem, you see something that's going to happen, right? Why not build the wells? The same thing that they did in California with these fires. They knew months in advance that these things had a high chance of happening, right? They have the data. Some people call it data. They have these things. I don't believe in coincidence. I'm not going to go down the conspiracy theory thing, right? But at the same time, why did those insurance companies pull out and change the clause saying that they no longer cover homes that's totally eradicated by fire? I don't believe in coincidences. 2-3 months before this event happened, I was told that life is a stage play, Shakespearean. But let's continue.
To know a day in advance. They just don't come.
Tanya Brooke is disabled and can't drive. She couldn't get to the store or the city's water distribution events.
It's just too much.
Shh. And these are the people that I feel for. She couldn't get to the distro for the water. She's older. She disabled. She probably don't have anyone. Come on, man. I look at it like the world take advantage of people when you get older, when you're above 60, 65, and everything that they told you that they was going to do, and they renege, that's when it hurts even more. But let's continue.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
Very much so.
Some man came up and
Hi, it's Friday, January the 10th. Welcome to Virginia, where apparently now we're in New York or Buffalo or Canada or wherever the hell all the snow comes from, and negative 11,000 hundredths degrees temperatures. We got no bread in no stores, and we got no water nowhere.
And that's another thing they're not talking about, the side effects, right? The same thing that I said about California. I keep referring to California because I want to compare and contrast with all these natural disasters. Some people might say that this wasn't even a natural disaster. This was man-made. This was caused people just setting things on fire. We're not going to go down that loop yet. Until I dive deep into it, till we go swimming. I'm going swimming with the audience, right? Michael Phelps. I'm going swimming with the audience. Then we can draw our own conclusions, because like I say, I don't depend on the news to tell me the truth. I have to do my own research. It's easy for people to lie. It's hard for people to tell the truth. Remember that. But let's continue. This lady have character, though. I must say, she has character. Put a 1 in the chat if she got a little bit of character. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not entertained.
You ain't got no waters in your toilet. You can't flush. You can't shower. You can't shit. You can't do nothing here.
That's true.
What the hell's going on? We need a reset button. Anybody got that red reset button? We can just push and start over. There's some bullshit and foolery going on around here, y'all. Stay prayed up.
Like I say, we're the same thing that they did. Now we're gonna switch. Instead of me referring it back to California, now let's go to Florida. Yeah, I remember what happened when Florida had 2 hurricanes back to back. Helen and I forget the next one, right? Put the name in the chat if you know the next one. Anyway, did y'all know that these people still didn't get a kick out and a payout for their not life insurance, for their insurance on the home? So I look at insurance as being it's a scam. You've been paying these people for years, and then when it's time to kick back, they're gonna change terms on you. They're gonna tell you that they don't have the monies, no money on. Like, really? So I've been paying you honestly for 18 years, and you telling me you can't give me a little bit of something that I've given you? How about the times that I didn't use it? So I'm just throwing money in the river, huh? It's the same thing. The side effect of that is they gave these people, FEMA didn't have any money. They gave these people, what was it? $100 and some dollars. I forget the numbers, but barely nothing. And then you giving these people money as if people think money can solve everything. It don't. You giving these people money, not knowing that there's nothing in the stores. They can't get to the store, first of all. The roads are messed up. It's blocked. Their cars won't start. Like, people are not thinking about common sense things. They think, oh, something happened, just give them money. It's bigger than money. Life is bigger than money. It's about resources, about things that us helping one another. It's about all of those things. But let's continue. Let's continue to scroll.
So I live in Richmond, which is the capital of Virginia. And if you haven't been following the news, there is no water in this city. We're done. There is no fucking water. The water pipes broke.
Language.
And they just said, y'all on your own. Good luck.
Yikes.
So what's the first thing that people have been doing? Number one, panicking and buying all of the water supply at every grocery store in Richmond. You cannot walk into any grocery store anymore in Richmond and buy a bottle of water. You can't. Good luck drinking Perrier sparkling water, bitch. Or maybe Dasani. No one gonna touch me.
Use his language.
Number two, since there is no water supply, you cannot flush your toilet. You get one free flush, and that's it. So for the people who use the bathroom once, flushed, and can't flush anymore, you're fucked. Your fucking bathroom probably smells like ass right now. And number three, your bathroom ain't the only thing that's probably smelling bad right now. Because like I said, no water. How the hell are you going to shower? Oh, I'm just going to use wet wipes. Bitch, that's not cleaning yourself. Go to your local fucking store. Get whatever.
He's angry. He's angry, and I feel the man. Because imagine if you had parents, if you had loved ones that you cannot get to, and they stuck out there. It's no water. They can't do. It's like a third world country. You got to pour water inside of the toilet in order to flush it, and they so accommodate. They've been used to doing the same thing over and over again. Come on, Virginia, what are y'all doing with this taxpayers' dollar, Virginia? What are y'all doing? But let's continue.
whatever the hell is closest to water. If they don't have any water, you're fucked. Get some sparkling water, Gatorade. I don't fucking care. Wine. Just fucking douse yourself in that. Get some fucking, Irish Spring body wash. Get clean, because it's smelling like ass in this city right now.
I want to start this morning with some good news. We have 2 of the 8 pumps in the facility that are actively running, actively pumping out into distribution. 5 total pumps that are online and ready to kick in at some point today. And 13 of the...
My thing is, why are these pumps out of order? They say that these pumps has frozen due to the weather, not knowing that it's another storm coming this weekend. So what are y'all going to do when it unfreezes and then freezes again and another pipe bursts? Richmond, Virginia, y'all have a lot of things. What have y'all been spending the taxpayers' dollars on? Nothing? Y'all been sending it to Ukraine? Let's continue.
plant's 20 or so filters are...
Let's skip the hopium, because first these new channels going to give you the hopium. Let's go to the real
As
talk.
about 15 to 20 minutes ago, we have the most positive step we've had in the last 12 hours.
Next.
Okay, Richmond neighbors.
Scroll with me.
If you still have no water or really slow water pressure, there is an update. I suggest following their Facebook page and then any Instagram pages you can find of like our city network. Now, yesterday they started to trickle water back, and that's because they were able to get things online enough to start filling reservoirs. And right now our reservoir can hold 18 feet of water. I forget how many gallons. And I believe this morning it was around 17 feet. With that said,
Ma'am, you need to turn your mic up.
As
Next.
if it ain't enough shit going on in the world. Richmond ain't got no water. We ain't have water since Sunday. It is Thursday. People are using snow to put in their toilet tanks to flush.
Well, thank God that it snowed, because at least these people was ingenious to know that snow melts to water, and they can use that as far as water to flush the toilets. You see how you can make something bad, something good? People was innovative to say, you know what, we can't get any water to flush the toilets. Why not go shovel some snow, put it in a bucket, and wait till it melt? Makes sense to me. Humans are very innovative. I don't know if robots would have did this, but let's continue.
Flush their water. People are using the gym to take showers. The gym lines is around the corner. You can't go to any store and find water. There's people online charging $20 for a 12-pack case of water. And to make it worse, ain't got no fucking update to when the water's coming back on. And if you do have water, they're advising you to boil the water before you use it. We have no water, and we have no idea when we're going to get water back. We about to have a water shortage in Virginia because everybody's going to get water from other cities using people's well water. What's the plan? I can't live like this. California got wildfires. We ain't got no water. They still fighting war across the country about, you know what? I'm gonna take my ass. I'm done. I'm so
I feel it. That's what the water looking like. Look how cloudy that water is. I guess that's where they have a boil advisory. Y'all see how cloudy that water is? Y'all know it's probably all sorts of contaminants in that water. That's why I don't do tap water. I wouldn't dare do tap water. I'd drink my saliva if push comes to shove. I'd rather go to the ocean and drink salt water than drink tap water. Any day, all day long. Look at that water. It's more clouds in there than there's clouds outside. Do y'all see that cloudy water? It's 10 times more cloud out there than it's clouds outside. My God. Pray for Virginia.
I just drove 7 hours to deliver my grandmother water because Richmond doesn't have any water.
Man, this is where character come in. And you drove 7 hours for your grandma. Round of applause. This is what I'm talking about. Same thing. We got to give a round of applause to the firefighters that put their life on the line in California, right? For the prison inmates that they use to actually help with retaining the fire, or did as much as they could. We got to give a round of applause to these people. Because look, these same people that they say committing crimes, doing this, doing that. And I'm not saying that they did, right? But they use them for something good. That's why I'm always optimistic and always saying positivity over negativity. Because like I say, people make mistakes. People do things X, Y, Z. Some people do things on purpose. But when it's time to show up and you're actually doing the right thing, that's all I have to say. If I'm living in now, right? If you're not living in the past, right, and also worried about the future, and you living right now, you got to be very thankful for that. He loved his grandma. Me too. I love my grandmother too.
Right now. So the city of Richmond, Virginia doesn't have any running water right now because a huge pipe burst and it caused all the electric for the clean water to be distributed. It's all shot. So surrounding counties, the city of Richmond, a lot of Virginia doesn't have running water right now. And this is like day 4 of this. So I drove 7 hours from Pennsylvania and delivered water for my grandmother. I think I'm the best grandson. But really though, she hasn't been able to flush her toilet, drink water from the sink, do her dishes, take a shower. Like, this is like so screwed up, America. And it's because the pipe's infrastructure was never replaced 10 years ago like it should have been. Now hundreds of thousands of people don't have running water in their homes. Now, my grandmother's 76 years old, so she literally has no idea what is going on right now. And it is so sad. Pray for your elders in this situation. And if you live in Richmond, Virginia, tell me what to do and where I should go get water because this is nuts. I just drove 7 hours to deliver my grandmother
at least
water
you did it
because
for your
Richmond doesn't
grandma.
have any water right now.
All right. So if you live in Richmond, Virginia, we are dealing with the same issue. You probably don't have any water or it's coming out at a snail's pace. And if you are curious about what happened, because I do not think it was communicated clearly to everyone. We had a snowstorm, right? You experienced it. But to me, it wasn't even that bad, but it was enough to take out the power at our local.
It wasn't a storm itself. It was actually the fact that it was super cold.
Water plant.
The temperature.
That created a series of events. So it took out the power. When plants go down, I used to work at a plant. You have backup generators that turn on. The backup generators did turn on, but because it is a water plant, I assume they have different reservoirs within it. The backup generators turned on, but officials said a separate battery backup and redundant system both failed. That caused critical damage to the IT system, which is the brains of the whole operation. It also led to filter gallery valves getting stuck, allowing water to flood into the basement where equipment is located. So on Monday afternoon, they issued a water boil advisory. How? I don't know. I guess just through the World Wide Web, because I took a shower probably in water I was supposed to boil.
Yikes. Contaminated. Go take another shower somewhere else.
Why Richmond has no running water right now. I'm driving to Richmond, Virginia to visit my grandmother. She was like, you probably shouldn't come right now because Richmond and the surrounding counties are under an emergency water advisory so Richmond just got hit with like a huge storm. And what she told me was it freezed the pipes and the pipes burst in the water supply. And when the pipes burst, the water like hit all the electric to like clean the water. So now there's no clean water in Richmond and they're advising people not to shower. They're under like a boiling water advisory. And this has been going on for like 5-6 days and they don't know when it's going to be fixed. The whole city of Richmond, Virginia.
That's crazy.
Okay, so if y'all haven't heard by now.
Tell me why Richmond has no running water.
Let's go on to the next one.
Good morning, y'all. What's up, y'all? So, I hope y'all have a safe New Year's and a safe holiday. Look, I woke up this morning. I came across this, y'all, but I want to show y'all something real quick. Y'all, look. Hold on. See, look at that. Look. No water, y'all.
Imagine.
No water. See, we got no water over y'all. So I watched the news this morning. So it said you can't brush your teeth with the water, but use bottled waters at all times. Look, you can still wash your clothes, you can still wash your hands, you can still, wash your dishes though, but just be careful, okay, y'all? I want y'all to be safe out here and have a safe New Year's, okay? And God bless America. Look, Virginia is already in crisis already, y'all. Strike one, y'all. Strike one.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Day 3 of water issues in Richmond, Virginia. Day 3. We are on a boil advisory. Boil all your water. For people who don't know, if you live in Richmond and actually now surrounding areas like Henrico, Goochland, Hanover, you are also on a boil your water before you use it advisory. Supposedly, 3 days ago, a power outage made the pumps break, go down, whatever. And they stopped working for 2 days. There was actually no water coming out of the faucets. Now that there's water back on, it's contaminated. It's poo-poo water. It's not being filtered. So
Damn.
yeah, supposedly. But sorry, I don't believe that's what's really going on. I don't. I mean, power outage, why doesn't it have backup generators? I don't get it. Something that big should have backup generators. And now supposedly in Henrico, 2 of the main water lines broke twice. Really? Okay. If you believe it, you believe it. I don't. Supposedly Chesterfield is like the only surrounding county that is not under this.
Y'all think that it might be a T attack, a strategic? Maybe we at war and we don't even know about it. Let's just speculate. Now, I'm not bringing fear to anyone, but let's just speculate, right? Because I had a vision the other day, and I'm like, 9/19, the 20th. Trump's about to be back in office. He about to change. They about to be a crypto-friendly world. Do y'all know how many people that offend around the world? A lot of people that's in power that have millions and trillions of dollars, all the oil families, everything. They're offended by these things. So, in America generally go to places, right? The United States, and they go kill people. And when do you guys think we're going to have to answer for what we have done? I think we're answering now. This might be strategic warfare. We just haven't realized it yet. Because when I see the news come flashing, right, and you just know the narratives that they're trying to push some form of attack. Inauguration is coming up, and I just don't feel good about that. I don't. Trump's about to be president, right? And though I want him to be president because we need a facelift, we need something to change, right? The hands that be don't want that to happen for some reason. And then not only that, they talking about this bird flu and XYZ. Did y'all know that they had a lab in Ukraine that they was funding that Dr. Farsi, so-called supposedly sponsored, because he the one that made so much money off the vid, the most money off the vid, and then he got a pay raise of 63%, and now in Ukraine they talking about bird flu, and whole time they created it in a lab. So I begin to think there's too many weird things that's happening all at once, right? Now I even see them even trying to blow things up so vividly now, because why wouldn't they? Think about the migration crisis that happened. Millions of people crossed the border. All them people that crossed the border was not Hispanic. All them people that crossed the border wasn't for America or was trying to make America a better place. Do y'all really sit down and believe that? Really sit down and think about that. They didn't come here to work. Some people came here to destroy this place. How many people did that? That should be the ultimate question. But that's just how I'm thinking. I don't want to press fear on anyone, right? We're just making sure that people are aware of what's going on. Because like I say, the news not going to tell you anything. That's why I decided to always go down the algorithm, because the algorithm After a while, when you begin to scroll, you begin to piece pieces up, and it all starts to make sense. Common sense ain't so common, but it all starts to make sense when you're able to connect the dots. And I agree with this lady. It's bigger than that. Very much so.
Boil advisory, but yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all
I'm
think?
with you on that one.
Living in Richmond.
Mm.
I've been walking.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh man, the bullshit piled up so fast in Vietnam, you needed wings to stay above it. I was going to the worst place in the world, and I didn't even know it yet.
And I'm going to show you guys. And we were
one's really talking about what's going on in Richmond except for people in Richmond. We have not had running water since Monday. Some people early Monday. Some people are lucky and are getting trickles of water here or there, but they still can't drink it because we're on a boil notice because it's not safe to drink. Not only that, but we're also on water conservation notice. So if you have enough water to shower or do laundry, you still are not supposed to. It is currently Wednesday afternoon and we have not had running water nor safe water since Monday. So far, every time there's been an update going in the right direction, something happens and then we're completely out of water again. And this is all apparently because we have like over 100-year-old infrastructure that hasn't been updated, not giving us any proper updates as to when we can
I'm not gonna lie. I believe that mostly all of American infrastructure needs to be updated. Every single little thing. Why you think that it's a lot of pipe bursts that's going up in New York? When the last time have we rebuilt the American infrastructure? From the common things that we use on a daily? Probably not. They keep telling you, hey, we need money, we need your tax dollars to rebuild, to do this, to do that. They don't use your money for that. It's like they ask for it for a purpose that you may believe in, but once they retrieve the money, then deception begins to creep in. Once they retrieve the money, they begin to deceive. Let me repeat. Once they retrieve the money, they then begin to deceive. Let's continue. We'll scroll for another 5 minutes. Let's just scroll.
expect everybody to have water and when the water is expected to be clean. They're not doing anything either to really help us out except a few certain spaces are getting handed out bottles of water at certain times if you make it before it runs out. But we have nowhere to use the bathroom. We have nowhere to shower. Small businesses that are restaurants or tattoo shops are having to shut down. Big ones too, but the small ones might not be able to survive this. Not to mention all employees that are missing out the work for this. And then if your job is not in food or anything like that, and you have to go to work, you have to go to work smelly. Can't shower. You have to use bottles of water to even brush your teeth. I scooped out snow from outside yesterday to try to flush my toilet. And it's not like we have 2-3 feet of snow outside. No, this is all from like 2 inches of snow. But they're not doing anything. They're not providing us any porta potties. They're not providing us any portable showers. Like, I just feel like there's more that can be done for us.
They're not doing a thing. They don't care about you.
Due to recent ongoing events in Richmond, Virginia, although I don't live in Richmond, Virginia or close to Richmond, Virginia, it made me realize that I was not prepared for all the things that could possibly happen. And I like to be prepared for everything. So, you know, I have emergency kits and like various kits for different things, like different plans. And then I realized my water treatment management, waste management situation plan was actually not decent at all, nor had I really thought about it. Now I have a lot of water on hand. We have 3 people in our house and a dog, and I keep potable water. But I didn't actually fully think through if the water is completely cut off. Now, mind you, before any big storm, I always fill up a few of our bathtubs, and we're really fortunate and have, I think.
Way to go. At least you're prepared and you're thinking about all forms of situations. That's good. That's the mindset that you have to have, right? But all I know is that no one's prepared for tomorrow. Even if you think you are, I'm talking about like totally prepared, right? There's always a chance that it might go left, it might go right. You don't know. But the fact that you're gearing on that has me thinking, damn, do I have everything that I need? What are you doing to prepare? Leave your thoughts down below.
I think like we have 4 bathtubs in this house, and one of them is like I don't know why, but it's like a 3 or 4 person bathtub in our master bathroom. I don't know who's having that many people in their bathtub, but anyways, I digress. They're obviously a lot more fun than I am. I'm quite vanilla and boring. I'm so boring. But anyways, I digress. My point of this is what did I buy? I had not thought about if I could not flush the toilet. So now, thank you to Richmond. I'm so sorry everybody's going through that. I have now bought poo gel. This week I purchased poo gel. On top of the poo gel, I also purchased a toilet seat to go on a 5-gallon bucket. That's right, you heard me, a 5-gallon bucket. My husband likes to get them for free at Harbor Freight. When he buys like an item and they have it, he's like all excited and drags my daughter along, and like he gets some other things. He loves Harbor Freight. Anyways, doesn't matter. That's not the point of this. So I didn't need the 5-gallon bucket, and then I bought some like special biodegradable human waste bags. You will see a lot of times like campers, hikers, rock climbers from a rock climber, and like people with like and on the RV world and boats a lot of time will use poo gel in their little special toilets, their portable toilets, whatever. I don't know. But anyways, I'd never thought about that. I never had it at my house, but now since the Richmond fiasco with the water, I now, and I didn't get the packets because I'm like, I don't plan on going anywhere. I don't really like to leave my house. Yeah. And it was less expensive to get 2.2 pounds, which is actually like 1 kilo. And like, as opposed to their 10-gram packets of like 25 and 50. Yes, that's what the increments. The $25 ones, or the 25 packet ones were like 10 grams per packet, and it cost like $9.99. And then the 50 ones were 10 grams per packet and were like $29.99. And this was 2.2, which is like 900 and something grams or whatever. I hope I did that right. Or did I convert to ounces? I hope I did great.
You all right with me. All I'm saying is that at least you're thinking about this, and I never heard of poo gel. So poo gel is considered a solution for these things, right? When you don't have water. I guess it's a gel that holds your byproducts or everything else that's coming through your system. It holds it, smells it, and it don't make it infectious and or toxic to breathe in or anything along that nature, right?
Thousands of families across Richmond woke up.
Oh, let's go back to the.
Thousands of families across Richmond woke up to.
She's using a Pepsi. She's using a Pepsi.
This has to be a fucking joke. That's mango that I hate. Yummy, yummy. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Y'all, in Virginia, there is no water in the city or the county. None. No H2O.
It's 1:30 here in Richmond, Virginia on Wednesday. Here's a comprehensive update of who has their water and who doesn't right now. From what I'm hearing, places like Manchester, South Richmond, Churchill have partial pressure back. I am hearing no good news from Northside, Scott's Addition, the Fan, Museum District. I heard of one person on Monument Avenue who has water back, but so far I'm in Museum District. I have no water. As you can see, I have not showered. Key buildings like hospitals have gotten their water pressure back. I believe that they are all fully operational now. They are no longer on diversion and they are able to provide any sort of emergency services. Schools all still closed. We're waiting for an update on what's going to happen tomorrow. Same thing with restaurants. They're all mostly shut down in the city of Richmond. It's 1:30 here in Richmond, Virginia on Wednesday. Here's a comprehensive update of who has their water and who doesn't right now. From what I'm hearing, places like Manchester, South Richmond, Churchill have partial pressure back. I am hearing no good news from Northside, Scott's Addition, the Fan, Museum District. I heard of one person on Monument Avenue who has water back, but so far I'm in Museum District.
Truth is
Richmond, Virginia is having a water crisis, and they are distributing water at several locations throughout the Richmond area. And here are the people standing in the line because we want some water. I just came from Broad Rock Branch Library, but they only gave you 3 little tiny bottles of water. So I came to another location so I can get 3 more little bottles of water. And maybe I'll go somewhere else and get 3 more bottles of water. And then maybe I'll actually be able to drink a cup of coffee or wash up or wash some dishes or whatever you need to do. But look at the people, y'all. Woo, look at that.
Yikes.
And I have adopted these new people over here. These my new family people over here. Look at my fam. What's up, fam? Hey, hey, hey. Those my new family people.
Nothing wrong with that. We gotta make it work. We gotta make it work. We can't depend on them. On that note, smash that like button, tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the beginning, this is not the end. Another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show, just bringing you an update of what's going on in Virginia. They saying that some of the water is back on, but they still under a bull advisory. Also, it's another weather storm that's supposed to run through Virginia on midnight tonight onto Saturday. So keep them in your prayers. That's all I ask. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. And remember, positivity over negativity